Hey, welcome to the Gravity YouTube channel. This is Gravity TV episode number 1, the very first one ever. And in this episode, we have a testimony, we got some interviews, and we also got a message. It's gonna be great. We talk about the idea of trending, how we don't wanna follow trends, but we want to set trends. We don't wanna live like everybody else. We wanna live unique and the way that God designed us to. We hope you enjoy this video.
I'm only a Jesus follower because of the trend. Is my phone over there? I'm gonna have to count. What? Let's just be honest here for a second.
4. I have 4. Two social media apps. I use Instagram and YouTube.
YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, but then I also have the YouTube Studio app.
Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram. Basic.
So I regularly use 3 counting YouTube, that being Facebook, and I basically just don't stalk, but I just look at everybody else's posts. Instagram, basically do the same thing, post about 1 time a year, and then YouTube, I watch a couple hours of that a day, which is kind of sad, but
Messenger app. I also have about 2 things of photo and video. A lot.
Old Town Road. It really hurts my feelings because it makes me cringe every time I see it.
Yeah, it does. The Woe Challenge.
Probably eating Tide Pods. It's pretty bad. It was like, why? I was like, why would you eat a Tide Pod, man?
there's a video of this girl saying, "Here's the tea," and it's just really annoying. And people keep reposting it, but I just don't understand it.
I really like, or if we're talking trends, this is an old trend, but this is my favorite trend, planking. Planking is the best trend in the world.
I can get into fashion sometimes. Right now, I'm really into the Velcro shoes, which I'm rocking right now, and it kind of gives like almost like child, but also kind of grandpa vibes combined. So that's what I like about it.
Oh, like the things that made me cry almost. Do like Facebook ones. Like sometimes like I can see like Warriors come back and like kids like see their parents. I'm like,
I'll let you know that when my dad was at Disneyland, he wanted to start a new trend of planking because he wasn't very good at it, so he started stretching. So literally in lines, he was taking pictures of himself stretching instead of planking.
I think we should start a trend where everyone does something super respectful to someone every day. You just go up to someone random and be like, yo, you wearing some cool clothes. Yo, you look really good today. Yo, I like your eyes. Yo, your face is cool. Something like that.
Give me a sec. Do we have time? How much time do we have, Taylor?
Everybody get used to being more kind instead of just everybody. You see a lot on, I've heard like a lot on Twitter, it's kind of just bashing and stuff. And instead, I think we need to see kind of like a whole total flip where people are being nicer to each other.
if you see like somebody like lonely, I guess at school, go up to them and say hi, give them a hug, and then show them that somebody cares for them. If like you don't know what they're going through, I guess.
You know, I just really think a great trend for our generation would be to just really spread love and kindness to the world and really just be kind to people. Hashtag be kind.
No. I post minimal, but everything I post is either for gravity or impactful, I guess, to other people, or fishing or hunting stuff.
I wish everyone wasn't so negative about each other. Like, you can always find something positive in something, so you don't have to say something negative.
Social media is really a place where you're just posting your happiest moments and you're trying to make yourself look like something you're not, you know? Or maybe you're trying to get guys to like you or girls to like you, so you only post pictures of your jawline like this, or, you know, or whatever. So just be yourself on social media. Let it be an advertisement of who you are, I guess, you know?
I would post the same way because sometimes I post about Jesus, so we're good.
Yes, because again, I post minimal stuff, and everything I post is hopefully impactful in other people's lives.
I don't think I'd post the same way. I think I would post more Jesus-related memes because I'd be like, my Lord and Savior's watching. We're gonna give him some good memes.
Praise the Lord. Yeah. Jesus is listening, which you are. I got your back.
Let him use you.
Let him use you.
So like maybe if I was to post more, it would just be with Jesus since he's following me. So like mutual friends, post pictures with them and then like at him and then get tons of followers because who doesn't like Jesus?
Yeah, because I'm more scared that he knows the thoughts in my head than the posts that I put on social media, so it would be the exact same.
I'm gonna do that one again because I feel like my face looks weird. What's up, Gravity? My name's Taylor. I'm going to be sharing a bit of my testimony today and how it has started an everyday trend in my life. So, back in September of 2018, my dad was diagnosed with possible stage 4 melanoma cancer, which is skin cancer. And up until that moment, I realized that I had never really told him how much I really loved him and appreciated everything he's done for me and my family and everything. And it was kind of just a moment of realization because I could have easily lost him. And I never really thought about that. Like, you don't really think about how much you appreciate someone and how much you love them until they're about to be taken from you. And this has really kind of changed my life in a way. It has changed my social life and my life with my friends and with my family and everything, because now that I've kind of been in that situation where I had never really told him that I appreciated him or that I like really loved him, I wanted to do that for everyone I really cared for and I really loved in my life. And so I made it a trend in my life to just tell my friends, like, hey, like, I love you, I appreciate you, like, you are the best thing in my life right now. I mean, in today's society and like in like social media or in schools or just like in kind of like the teenage life, like there's just a realm of just like negativity and like putting people down and not, and just like telling people what they're bad at, not what they're good at and everything. And it's just, there's no need for it. Like everyone has felt negativity in their life. They don't need to feel it anymore. Like I felt negativity in my life. I don't want that. No one likes it. Okay, we don't need it. But I wanted to start a trend of kindness in my life, with my friends, with my family, with people in my classes. I wanted to just tell people how much they are appreciated and loved by me, the people around them, by God, whoever they need to hear from. And like, you'd be surprised how like just saying one nice thing to someone can just like boost their attitude, like make them have like a great day. I wholeheartedly believe that this is something we should be doing every single day. Like, just go up to someone and just give them a compliment. Go up to someone and say like, hey, like, I like what you're wearing today. Like, I think you're pretty. I really like your attitude today. Like, your personality is great. Like, just saying one nice thing to someone can just make their entire day better and make them know that they are appreciated and that they're loved and that they're seen, especially in high school, especially on social media. Like, I think we can diminish this trend of negativity and just replace it with just being kind and saying kind words and being nice to people and lifting people up instead of just dragging them down.
I've been thinking a lot about this idea of platforms. If you think of like the word platform, you could think almost of like a stage, right? A platform or a stage is usually a piece of the room that's elevated And you do that, you have a stage or a platform so that people can see you, they can hear you better, so that you can announce something or say something. We all have a platform in our life. So God's given us influence in certain areas or with certain people to say something, to announce something. Really, platforms are given so that we can point to something. You'll see like social media influencers, and they'll get on the Instagram platform and they'll try to sell something or advertise something, and they're getting paid for it, but they have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, and that's a huge platform. The thing is this though, it goes beyond social media. In fact, I believe we all have a platform, an area of influence in our life that God has given us. It could be in our family, it could be amongst friends and peers and acquaintances, it could be in our schools, it could be on social media, it could be on sports teams, anything like that. You might be wondering, how has God given me a platform? I don't understand that. I'm not on a stage. Well, the stage is really just a metaphor. God has given you influence in some way or another in your life somewhere. And how has he done that? Well, he's given you every single good passion, gift, and talent, and drive and ambition. He's given you those things. And so because of the platform you have, you got those things because of your gifts, your talents, and your passions. And God's the one who put those things inside of you, and we all have a platform. Just recently, we ordered a stage for our Pasco campus. So our church has two campuses. We have one in Richland, Washington, and one in Pasco, Washington. And the one in Pasco, Washington is our newest campus. Ordered a stage for this speaker for that campus. And it's not a huge stage. It's about 10 feet wide, about 9 inches off the ground, but it makes it a lot easier for people to see someone when they're speaking. Because of that platform. And could you imagine when we first got the platform, we set it up and centered it and made sure it looked good with the lighting and everything, so that when Sunday came, we were ready to roll. Could you imagine if I took that platform that someone built for us and we used it as a dividing wall in the kids ministry when we set up every Sunday at the Pasco campus at our church? We'd be using that platform, that stage, for something useful, but not for its purpose, not for its intended reason for why it was made in the first place. And I believe this, I believe God's given us all platforms, and it's not wrong to use them for our own sake per se, but I do think the intended purpose of why God gave you those talents or those giftings or that passion or that drive for that one thing, I believe when we use it for ourselves only, we're actually not allowing God to use our platform that he gave to us. And so the purpose of our platform is really to point to Jesus, to point to God. Now, platforms can be used for all different types of things. They can be used for memes. I used to upload Facebook videos of my brother and I as we made short little films. Sometimes we use platforms for selfies. Sometimes we use platforms for our own interests. Nothing wrong with that. But what if God wanted to integrate his purpose in your platform? Let me read you what Jesus said in Matthew chapter 5, verse 15. It says this, "And who would light a lamp and then hide it in an obscure place? Instead, it's a place where everyone in the house can benefit from its light. So don't hide your light. Let it shine brightly before others so that the commendable things you do will shine as light upon them, and then they will give their praise to your Father in heaven." Who puts a light in an obscure place? Takes a lamp and puts it underneath a blanket. That's not what its intended purpose is for. And God has given you a platform, not so that you can put it in an obscure place, but so that you can let it shine before all people. So when you do these different things in your life, they'll actually go from praising you to praising your Father in heaven. So use your platform for his purpose.